Animals and humans. Activity. Power. BD0489 from June 29, 1938, taken from book number 10. The inner life of man is not always of the same nature. Man often has to struggle and fight in order to fully embrace an opinion once it has been formed. There will always be moments when doubts seize the human heart unhindered. These will try to destroy what has been achieved so far, and a complete apostasy can arise from this if the human being indifferently abandons himself to these doubts. However, such spiritual trials cannot affect someone who is seriously striving for the truth. Only an ever more resistant faith is formed as a result. A firm conviction will soon take the place of the tormenting doubts, and this is another step upwards. The world and its pleasures will always arrive at such times and want to subjugate people. Great caution is then always required. For if everything works together against the earthly child, it will be far more difficult for him to resist such temptations. But then turn with trust to the one who alone can help you, and your worries will be taken away from you. But now you shall receive an announcement of particular value, if you are able to follow our thoughts. Look at the world of animals and consider their peculiarities. Does not each one have certain peculiarities that are repeated in all others of their kind? Consider the horse, a noble domestic animal that serves man and is superior to him in strength and vigor. It would never occur to anyone to keep such an animal without putting it to some kind of work, since it can fulfill so many different requirements and is useful to man in every way. Whereas, for example, fish of all kinds only serve as food for humans, but no other use would be conceivable. This raises the question for people: can a more highly developed animal being possibly feel man's striving for spiritual good, and will this remain without influence on such an animal? Does a spiritually active human being exert an invisible force on the animal beings, who are already at the last possible stage before embodiment as a human being, which then benefits the animals in their stage of development? And how does such power then manifest itself in these beings? To this the following answer is to be sent to you. The Lord provides all beings with a power which is beneficial to them, which is to facilitate the being's actual destiny so that they are worthy of a new form in the shortest possible time. Only man is to ask for this power. But now that all beings in the universe must draw their strength from God, animals and humans will not be so distant from each other in their purely spiritual activity. At certain intervals even the human soul will unite with the animal beings because of a complete transformation. The powers of both beings will then unite with each other, and both the human being and the animal will benefit from the fact that the power of God has an extraordinarily strong effect, and thus the spiritual perfection of both beings can be achieved in a short time. That the animal can leave its covering and embody itself in a new form. The human being, on the other hand, has also reached a higher level and owes this to the interaction with those forces. But the interaction of the human and animal souls is such that it is very rarely recognized by people and requires a precise explanation, which will still be given to you through the love of the Lord. Amen.